Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Tamashii... so I'm always confused by this. Bandai Namco, Bandai, Tamashii Nations, s.h.figuarts. I think everyone just kind of goes with Tamashii Nations. Bandai Namco, I think, is more distributor, and then Bandai logo, because Bandai in partnership with Tamashii. I don't know, I've always been kind of confused by that. But anyway, this is the s.h.figuarts. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man India, or Pavitr Prabhakar. So I got this from Big Bad Toy Store. It is in stock right now. Shout out to them for sending it out my way. In stock right now. So if you're looking to add Spider-Man India Pavitr to your Spider-Verse collection, you can do so. Link in the video description below. Again, in stock right now. So here we have the s.h.figuarts version. We will do a comparison with the s.h.figuarts Spider-Punk. I do not have Miles or Gwen or Miguel Spider-Man 2099, unfortunately. Miles and Gwen are getting a reissue, I think it is. And I have pre-orders for those. Hopefully 2099 will get a reissue or a re-release or something later on down the line, I hope. But for now, in terms of s.h.figuarts, I've got these two. There is the Peter Parker that is currently up for pre-order. Spider-Man Noir is up for pre-order. And I feel like there was one more that was up for pre-order that I'm not thinking about. But that seems kind of odd. What could that other one even be? That's going to drive me crazy. But anyway, we're going to take a look at Pavitr here. He does come in a brown shipper box. So mine came in the brown shipper box. Some people like these. Some people don't care and toss them and throw them out. I don't think I want to keep mine, but it did come with the brown shipper box, so that is cool. But anyway, looking at the package, you get the artwork of Pavitr there in the front, which looks really cool. The wraparound, you can see him there. Looking at the back of the package, you see the figure posed out in different ways, and you can see some of the accessories that he comes with. And then you kind of see him posed out there as well. So kind of excited. Let's go ahead and open them up. Okay, so a couple of different trays. This back tray, it's not like the web. It's like the yo-yo thing, right, that he uses. So not actual webs, but we get these different pieces here. We do have one there, but you can see we have the figure. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra sets of hands there, which is pretty cool. We got a swappable lenses for the masked head sculpt. We get an unmasked head sculpt in there. We get that yo-yo piece there, and then there's a different forearm piece. Why is there a different forearm piece? That I don't know. We'll have to kind of go through and figure out what the reason for that one is. Okay, always a good idea to read the instructions. I typically don't do that with the Figuarts figures, but I probably should. When swapping out those lenses, it looks like we got to pull the hair out to swap out the one extra set of lenses. Here are the different hands that we get there. That forearm piece, you swap it out with the right arm, and I don't know why. The difference is that this piece does not have the bangle there. Now, I don't remember any part in the movie where, like, he couldn't wear that bangle. It's not like it's the multi-dimensional travel device, right? Wouldn't that have been like this arm, which he doesn't actually have either? So I'm a little confused by this. I'm just not really sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the figure. Okay, so here we have the Pavitr Spider-Man India figure out of the package. And here's a couple of things. First of all, I want to voice my frustrations when it comes to s.h.figuarts stuff, because swapping out these hands are so hard to do. They go onto this little ball peg there, and you have to peg them on. They're really small, and it's a pain to get them on. Like, it's not very fun. They can get on. They're secure enough, but they are frustrating to get on. Is that like a deal breaker? No, not really, because you still get a bunch of hands. You know, we get fists, we get grip hands over there. We got what would be kind of swinging web type hands. We've got finger pointing hands. We've got like wide open hands that could kind of be wall crawling hands. We've got these straight out hands. So we got a bunch of different hands. It's all great. It's just, again, swapping them out is a little bit difficult. Now, this yo-yo portion, and I got to figure out what it was called. I don't remember what it was called, and I feel probably like disrespectful not saying what it is. It says spiderweb and yo-yo parts. It does say yo-yo. Maybe it is just a yo-yo. I don't know. But the yo-yo comes in two pieces, and you just kind of peg them on together onto these web portions. So you have like this long piece there. But if you look right here, you could see where those yo-yo pieces are going to peg. Then you have this one here, and you can see where those yo-yo pieces are going to peg. And then here you have this one here, and you can see right there is where those the yo-yo pegs. And then you have this really cool one that kind of wrapped around, and you can see where the yo-yo pegs there. And then obviously this one here, you can hold in both hands. It pegs right in the middle there. And as you can see, they just have peg holes there, and you just peg them in. So yeah, there we go. So now looking at the Pavitr figure, the Spider-Man, if I can get this web out of his hand. Oops, that went flying. So here, looking at Pavitr, he looks great. And one thing I think, you know, if you wanted to go with like this version over like the Marvel Legends version, the details are just so much better on this, as they should when it comes to s.h.figuarts figures. I think that's, you know, obviously people would go with s.h.figuarts for, you know, articulation, but also like in the details of the paint and everything like that. So we get sculpted detail, whereas we didn't get a lot of that on the Marvel Legends version. Like the Marvel Legends version I thought was great, you know, for a budget $25 figure. Look at that. And it's not often an s.h.figuarts figure would end up being shorter than a Marvel Legends. But Marvel Legends was cool. It's just all the details like in the suit and whatnot, those are all just painted on, whereas s.h.figuarts, that's all sculpted. So it's really nice. And then looking at that gauntlet piece, you could just see how much more detailed it is and how better the gold looks, because they use a gold paint as opposed to like this goldish color plastic. Like that got gold paint and that looks pretty good, but this is just molded plastic instead of a gold paint. So those are going to be the differences there. Oh, and then purple hands versus red hands. Interesting. I don't know which one is accurate. I'd have to look. You could see the blues are a completely different shade there. So, man, yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at that. Which hands are going to be accurate? Is it going to be the red or the purple? Because Marvel Legends had plenty of time to make sure that they got it right? Because it wasn't going to be completely based off of concept art unless this was worked on so much more in advance. But the gradient red into purple looks pretty awesome. Like, it looks really, really good. So I'd have to double check on kind of what the right one there is. We'll do another side-by-side comparison a little bit later on, but just wanted to kind of show you guys everything that we've got going on here. So it just looks really nice. We do get the unmasked head sculpt, and again, comparison-wise, I'll be doing that a little bit later. The head is separate and the neck is separate, but what you want to do is you want to, well, I guess you could pull the head off. The hair, by the way, really pokey, so it's not as easy to have grabbed that neck, I guess. But you got to replace out the whole neck, because the Pavitr unmasked head sculpt, as you can see there, comes with the neck, because that way his neck isn't covered by his mask. And this looks really good. Really, really good. It looks just like him from the movie. Like the hair is all crazy and everything like that. Marvel Legends did give us one, and I will show you a comparison a little bit later in the video on that. But yeah, I think this one's probably going to look a whole hell of a lot better. So there we go. Looks amazing. Now let's go ahead and get into the articulation. Okay, so articulation for Pavitr Prabhakar. I looked it up, by the way. The purple is technically accurate, although I think they went a little bit heavy with the purple compared to what we see in the movie. Now, the movie also has a very unique animation style, which does make it a little blurry in some regards. So I wouldn't say it's complete purple, but it is somewhere in between the red and this purple. So like if it were right at this gradient portion there and kind of just continued that throughout, I think would make more sense. So I don't think either one is completely accurate, by the way, but this does in fact look better. But I'm always one for more accuracy over, you know, just because it looks better doesn't mean like it always should. I don't know. I probably go off and on about that. And then the other one that is just announced, it's not up for pre-order, is the Miles G. Morales s.h.figuarts. So that's what's going on there. But anyway, let's get into it. The neck, surprisingly, does not really go back, but the head, he can absolutely look all the way up, and that is pretty incredible, as you can see there. The neck does come forward a little bit, but then the problem is you can't, well, yeah, he can look down pretty well. It's just, it's all in the neck. The head itself, you can't get the head to look down, so it works all in the neck there. But that neck, you could tilt. Ooh, the neck doesn't even get a lot of side-to-side motion, but the head, you can get some good pivot going on in there, and then you could swivel around a little bit as needed. The shoulder, it works a little bit weird. You can get the shoulder to go out straight like that. As you can see, you can kind of adjust up and down on that shoulder. There is a butterfly which allows you to come forward for some really good crossbody, but it doesn't get you to go back whatsoever on that shoulder. And there's a little bit of up and down on there, and then again the up and down of the shoulder as well. There is the bicep swivel in there. You get a double jointed elbow, gives you that much bend at the elbow, really nice. The wrists are on a ball peg and hinge, so you could swivel and hinge around any which way you need. We got a diaphragm cut on here, so that top piece you can rock a little bit, as you can see there. You could swivel a little bit, as you can see there. But there is a ball joint waist in there that doesn't give you as much, so tilting to the left is actually only that much there. Not that it's terrible at all. And then tilting to the right is that much there. You can lean back that much there, and then coming forward, make sure to keep the legs straight. Coming forward is that far there, and then, you know, combined with the hips, obviously you can get quite a bit in there. And then there's no real swivel, surprisingly, at that waist, so you're only going to get the turn on this figure to go that much there. So that's kind of interesting. On the legs, you could do basically the full splits. We do get the crazy cuts because he is a Spider-Man figure on those hips, so it's pretty crazy. So legs go out that far apart, kick forward that far there, and then the leg could go back an insane amount, as you could see there. And then you just have to, that other hip piece you got to kind of work around. Upper thigh cut in there, double jointed knee, as you can see there. And then the way they did the shorts portion, you could see where they curve it in so you can allow for that bend in the knee. And I think that was something that Sentinel introduced with their Spider-Man figure that everybody loves, that I have not ever played with. Ankle swivel in there. You could hinge the foot down quite a bit. You can hinge up quite a bit as well. You have toe articulation in there, and there is a nice ankle rocker pivot, so that is really good. So pretty good articulation, although a bit weird in the lack of swivel at the waist, and then the tilt is not as much as you would expect with other s.h.figuarts figures, but otherwise really good articulation. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to try and swap out those eyes right now. So we're going to have to pop the head off, we're going to have to pull the hair off, which does not seem like an easy thing to do, because again, it's very pokey. Okay, so you have to work it, and then it comes out. What was the point of? I don't actually know what the point of pulling the hair off was. I guess to get your fingernails in to pull the eyes off of there. So I guess that's what it is, just so you could reach to be able to do that. You know, other Spider-Man figures, they do it a very different way, whereas they give you like this tool piece that would allow you to pull them out. Let's see, am I even doing this right? I think so. I put it on the wrong side. Yeah, sure did. I'm going to have to take pictures and do a side-by-side, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know what the real difference here was. This one, maybe this is like the more confused or concerned look. Maybe like when the things are going down in his city. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I could see it. They're definitely more squinty there. Okay, so just kind of playing around when it comes to the yo-yo with these webs. It's pretty cool. It's just, you know, I guess, like somebody like me, it's a little bit more difficult, kind of better understanding, you know, kind of the position of it and kind of posing it out and doing that stuff, which, you know, s.h.figuarts is going to give you kind of the benefit, is to be able to pose these things out and do some really cool stuff with these figures. And then just for me, a little bit more difficult for me, but I mean, you know, you spend the time to do it and you can do some really cool things, which is a whole lot of fun. So like here we have this one, so you could put it in his hand like he's holding it, and then he could be throwing the yo-yo like straight out kind of thing. So that is really cool. So there's all kinds of fun stuff that you got in there. And then you have this one where, again, you can kind of have, like, if he's holding the fist, you can just have it kind of in the middle there. And then you just have, like, this wild and crazy one here. So lots of fun stuff. But now let's go ahead and move on to the comparison of the s.h.figuarts Pavitr, the Spider-Man India, and see which one overall you think is going to look best. Okay, so I'm trying something with the webs. Like the back of the package shows some crazy thing going on where he's using this web like this. He's got it above his head. He's got his foot involved. And I can't for the life of me like try and figure out how that would stay. But maybe someone with a little bit more patience, a little bit more time, a little bit more creativity, balance, like all kinds of stuff could do what it is doing on the back of the package. Because I cannot Cannot for the life of me figure it out, because the back of the package also shows him gripping the web, but he doesn't have a grip hand style like that. So I don't know how to do it. I gave up. But it would have been really cool. But you can do a whole lot of fun stuff when it comes to these webs in this yo-yo. It's just going to, take somebody a little bit more skilled and patient than I am. Okay, so we're going to swap out this forearm again, and I don't know the real reason why they have this, why this was a thing. I don't recall it being a thing. You just pull that forearm off, and then you could put this forearm on, and whoops, let's make sure we get it right. Clip it on, peg it back on. Did I get it? I didn't get it. Hold on, there we go. And I still can't for the life of me figure out exactly what the reason for that is, but we're gonna do that, and we've got it. Okay, so it's pretty incredible the differences between the two. Obviously, s.h.figuarts is going to win in basically every single category. Looks, details, paint, articulation, all of that stuff. They're just not going to win in the price. In the s.h.figuarts, to have them imported and all that, obviously they become a pricier figure. That's why, you go to Big Bad Toy Store and you see that the, Spider-Man India is significantly higher priced than the $25 Marvel Legends. That's because there's so much more going on here, and it is very evident there. The big benefit to the Marvel Legends version is you get that, the dimensional travel device. I don't know that that's a very big deal at all. But that is the difference. Marvel Legends also went with a darker blue. As you can see, we got a lighter blue on there. But like even the detail on the feet, it's just so much better on the s.h.figuarts. So in my opinion, there's no real comparison. s.h.figuarts is just miles above better. Miles, get it? Miles Morales. That wasn't even on purpose. That's how good it was. Just way better overall. And then the unmasked head sculpt, even better. Like it's just all around much better on the s.h.figuarts for sure. And while I do not have the s.h.figuarts versions of Miles and Gwen, again, I'm in on the reissues. I missed out on the event exclusives and everything that from before, and I don't have a $20.99. But I'll be very happy to get those reissues when they are ready. Hopefully soon. I think it's going to be in a couple of months. Size-wise, I think he was fairly small. I can't remember, but again, when we look at how small the Marvel Legends version one, it's kind of crazy, kind of what they did. And I don't think Miguel 2099 and Pavitr ever actually shared any screen time, because Pavitr had stayed there when everyone went to Spider Society. I think whenever Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, whenever that may be, maybe they'll share some screen time, I'm assuming. Anyway, there we go. But the other s.h.figuarts figure that I have from Across the Spider-Verse is Spider-Punk. So let's go ahead and see that comparison. Okay, so Spider-Punk and Pavitr, Spider-Man India, and looking at the size difference between these two, I'm convinced that the s.h.figuarts is just a little too tall. Spider-Punk was not significantly, but was definitely taller. Like, he had to look all the way down to see Pavitr. Now, it's also difficult because it's super quick, one tiny little second that you see where they're face-to-face together, and you could see the size difference. So, I don't know, if you compare the s.h.figuarts to the Marvel Legends, it might be a little bit more accurate. Maybe somewhere in between the two is kind of where I think it really should be. So Marvel Legends might be a little bit small, and then the s.h.figuarts just a little bit big. But either way, it still looks really good. And then when you have these two together, it's just kind of crazy because, again, whereas the Marvel Legends Spider-Punk was really good, the details that s.h.figuarts brings into the figures, you just get so much more going on with the webs and so much going on with what he's got going, the designs in his pants. It's just so much better with the s.h.figuarts versions. And I'm mad at myself for not having gotten Spider-Man 2099 before and not getting Miles and Gwen before, whereas just wasn't as big into s.h.figuarts, whereas I'm trying to really branch out a whole lot more nowadays. It's just kind of crazy. And then if we want to do it just for the fun of it, we're going to throw in a Spider-Man, not from Across the Spider-Verse, but definitely one of my favorite figures because this thing is absolutely amazing. We've got the Final Swing Spider-Man from No Way Home to go in there, because how cool would that be if he made an appearance or something? I don't know if they could do that or how that would work, but that would be pretty amazing. So s.h.figuarts has some crazy cool things going on. They just do these weird cuts when it comes to the Spider-Man ones, but Spider-Man India, you don't see it in the front as much, but on the back you're definitely going to see it. But really good details going on in there. But you guys let me know what do you think of the size and the height differences and whatnot. Okay, so that is my review of the s.h.figuarts Spider-Man India Pavitr Prabhakar. You guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of it? It is a whole lot of fun. It is super colorful, super detailed, painted extremely well. Pretty good articulation, although it's not the best when it comes to other Spider-Man figures because that torso is a little bit limited. But you get a lot of really good articulation, a lot better than the Marvel Legends version. Let's face it, that's kind of our baseline comparison because there are no other versions to kind of look at. Looks really good next to Spider-Punk. I'm sure will look great next to Gwen, next to Miles, next to Miguel. If I were to have them, I'm sorry I don't. Eventually, I'm still hoping for a $20.99 reissue or something. But I think this figure is a whole lot of fun. Again, it is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store if you're looking to add it to your collection. Link in the video description below. Really cool. Let me know your guys' thoughts. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.